Tesla closed at 352.46 today, up 0.7%, a quiet number, but behind it, the biggest FSD regulatory breakthrough since Austin's unsupervised launch, and our DealerFlow indicator is flashing the same pattern we caught 2 weeks ago. Here's the headline. The Dutch regulator, the RDW, formally approved Tesla's FSD supervised and notified the European Commission that it plans to seek EU-wide approval. This is the first time any European country has approved Tesla's self-driving system. And they're not stopping at the Netherlands, they want the entire EU. Why this matters, the EU is 450 million people. If the Commission approves, every EU country gets FSD access. That's a domino effect. One approval opens 27 markets. Tesla's AI director, Ashok Eluswamy, is highlighting this as validation that the technology is safe and ready. And here's the connection we called 2 weeks ago. This is the V14.3 reinforcement learning architecture, the AlphaGo moment for driving, now passing real-world regulatory scrutiny. The RL rewrite wasn't just a technical improvement, it's what convinced a European regulator to say yes. Now look at what our proprietary DealerFlow indicator is showing. Today, bearish negative 664,000, puts dominated at negative 654,000. Only 5 inflections, one directional hedging. Sound familiar? This is the exact same pattern we saw on April 7th when FSD V14.3 shipped. Dealers hedged the catalyst, the stock didn't participate in the next day's squeeze, and then it resolved. We called that 24 hours early. DealerFlow is showing the same hedging pattern on the FSD Europe news today. Watch for resolution tomorrow. Here's something most traders can't see. Our volume delta analysis shows that as of Friday, Tesla had plus 9.2 million shares of net accumulation, 4.7 million on lit exchanges, that's the visible tape, 4.5 million on dark pool, both sides buying. Divergence reads, confirm bull. 45% of that accumulation came in the final hour of trading. That's not retail chasing, that's institutional positioning. Now look at the dark pool, and this is where it gets really interesting. Final end of day print, 92.2% buy ratio on 203 million in notional. That reads accumulation, heavy accumulation. Here's the weekly pattern. April 2nd, 97% buy on 319 million. The biggest institutional print of the month. Then it faded through the week, 63.54 down to 40% on April 8th's distribution day, then back up, 73 on the 9th, neutral on the 10th, and now today, 92%, the second strongest accumulation day of the entire period. One important caveat, 157 million of that 170 net came in the closing cross, the final minutes of trading. That can include mechanical flow like ETF rebalancing and passive index activity. But a 92% buy ratio is notable even for closing cross flow. Passive flow doesn't typically get that one-sided unless there's real demand underneath. Combined with Friday's CVD showing both lit and dark pool buying, the accumulation pattern is accelerating into earnings. 7 trading days to Q1 earnings on April 22nd. Here's what's changed heading into that call. On the bullish side, FSD approved in Europe, V14.3 architecture validated by regulators, CVD confirming accumulation on both lit and dark exchanges, stock broke above the 350 put wall, DealerFlow bullish 6 of the last 8 sessions. On the bearish side, oil dropped to 97, JP Morgan's 145 price target remains a headline overhang, more bullish catalysts going into this earnings than any quarter since Q4 2024. But at 290 times earnings, execution must exceed expectations. DealerFlow is exclusive to Trade Alerts AI. It's how we saw the V14.3 squeeze miss coming, and it's showing the same hedging pattern today. Dark pool, CVD, GEX, options flow, $39.99 a month. Free full coverage on Mag 7 at Trade Alerts AI777.com. If you haven't seen it yet, this weekend we released a 21-minute deep dive on Tesla. How the stock actually moves, why buy and hold has lost to SPY by 60 points, the 4 predictable cycles since 2021, why Cybercab has a steering wheel. It's the Tesla video nobody else will make. Link in the description. Follow at ntonic stock pick on X, Trade Alerts AI on YouTube, and Trade Alerts AI777 on TikTok. Not financial advice. See you tomorrow.